Good morning, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. You know, in my opinion, the most underrated character in the history of DC Comics would have to be none other than Krypto. For those who may not remember him, Krypto is Superman's dog, created by writer Otto Bender and artist Kurt Swan. He first appeared in a Superboy adventure story in Adventure Comics number 210, published in March 1955. I was first introduced to the character of Krypto by watching the Adventures of Superboy series on Boomerang, and aside from that show, Krypto has appeared in numerous cartoons, television shows, and films over the years, such as the self-titled animated series, the TV series Smallville, the live-action HBO Max series Titans, and more. But what I'll be blogging today is an animated DC film from WAG where Krypto leads a team of superpowered animals. Released on July 29th, 2022, the movie is DC League of Super Pets. And now, on for the plot of the movie. Krypto the Superdog and Superman are inseparable best friends, sharing the same superpowers and fighting crime side by side in Metropolis. However, when the Man of Steel and the rest of the Justice League are kidnapped by Lex Luthor, Krypto must convince a ragtag group of animals to master their own newfound powers for a rescue mission. Now, what do I think of the movie? Well, in my eyes, this movie was a lot of fun, and it has got to be one of my favorite animated films of 2022, next to Minions Rise of Gru, Turning Red, Lightyear, The Sea Beast, and a couple others I still have yet to blog. But anyway, let's move on to Mustang notes. The movie was directed by Jared Stern, who previously wrote Mr. Popper's Penguins and the Lego spin-offs, the Lego Batman movie, and the Lego Ninjago movie. He directed Happy Anniversary for Netflix. He was an executive producer on Storks and Smallfoot, and he created the Green Eggs and Ham animated series. During the early days of Warner Animation Group, or WAG for short, director Stern pitched the film in 2012 after working in an animal shelter where he noticed how older animals were less likely to be adopted and wondered about the idea of those pets having superpowers. He was hired to write and direct a film about DC's Legion of Super Pets in July 2018, with Sam J. Levine, John Whittington, and Patricia Hicks joining the project in January 2019 as co-director, co-writer, and producer respectively. The inspiration for the film's animation style came from Art Deco architecture and illustrator J.C. Leyendecker. Speaking of which, the CGI animation was provided by, surprisingly, Animal Logic. Now, I've already talked about these guys during my blogs of the Happy Feet films, Legend of the Guardians, and The Magician's Elephant, so you already know how awesome these guys are. Plus, I really love this movie's version of Metropolis, and I think the character designs look really amazing, from the humans to the animals. Also, like most superhero films, I think the action scenes are a lot of fun. Plus, I must mention that this was the first movie that I saw in theaters where I received a digital Regal collector ticket. And I would like to thank my friend Eloise Kilbarger for joining me to see it last year, while also helping me house hunt before I moved here. And that's all I got for Mustang notes. So, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought him to life. Our main hero, Krypto, is voiced by WWE wrestler turned actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whom I talked about in my blogs of San Andreas, Disney's Moana, the Jumanji sequels, and of course the 2021 Jungle Cruise movie. During this film, while I do like that Krypto has a very close and inseparable relationship with Superman, and I also like that they fight crime and help people together. At the same time, I think Krypto seems a bit too overpossessive, and he becomes jealous of Superman's romantic relationship with Lois Lane, which almost sounds like Widowmaker in the Pecos Bill short. Also, due to living all his life with Superman, Krypto knows very little on how to interact with civilian dogs. But, on the other hand, the fact that he spends a majority of this movie without superpowers due to him eating some green kryptonite, which was hidden inside a piece of Jarlsberg cheese, did make me feel some sympathy for him. And, as the film progresses, Krypto gets over his mindset and he accepts that he's not the only one in Superman's life. Plus, I also like that Krypto was willing to sacrifice himself for the super pets. Next we have Ace, a boxer who gained super strength and invulnerability, voiced by Kevin Hart, whom was not only in the Jumanji sequels with Dwayne, but he was also in the Secret Life of Pets movies. To me, Ace is a fairly cynical dog, as well as reckless, outspoken, irritable, and skeptical. But beneath his tough exterior, he is good-hearted and very emotional, although he doesn't always show it. He also despises life in hiding more than anything, since he didn't spend his life there after his human family abandoned him when he was a puppy. However, Ace is easily sociable, making friends at the safe houses that he would refuse to leave behind, and he would do anything to offer them a real home, even if it means lying to them. At the end of the movie, Ace becomes Batman's pet. Next up is Chip, a red squirrel who gains electrokinesis, voiced by Diego Luna, whom was in The Book of Life, Rogue One, and the Troll Hunters franchise. Chip is a timid and fretful squirrel who's afraid to face adversity, but he does care about his friends, and after being encouraged by Krypto, Chip found the will to be brave and act in spite of his fears. At the end of the movie, Chip becomes Green Lantern's pet. Our next super pet is Merton, a red-eared slider with poor eyesight who gains super speed, voiced by Natasha Lyonne, whom was in Dennis the Menace and Blue Sky's Robots. Merton has got to be the oldest super pet in this movie, and she has a salty, short-tempered battle axe. Also, she does swear 3 times during the movie, and thankfully, she gets bleeped out as a result. At the end of the movie, Merton becomes the Flash's pet. The last super pet to talk about is PB, a pot-bellied pig who gains the ability to change her size and scale, voiced by Vanessa Bayer, whom was in Saturday Night Live, and she voiced Tweedledoo in Alice's Wonderland Bakery. Now, I find PB to be a really adorable character, and she's incredibly sweet and supportive of her friends. However, she sadly compares herself negatively to other heroes. Thankfully, Krypto helps by convincing her to stop trying to be like other heroes and be herself for her to finally control her powers. At the end of the movie, PB becomes Wonder Woman's pet. The Justice League are as follows: Superman, voiced by John Krasinski; Batman, voiced by Keanu Reeves; Wonder Woman, voiced by Jamila Jamil; Aquaman, voiced by Jermaine Clement; The Flash, voiced by John Early; Cyborg, voiced by Daveed Diggs; and Green Lantern, voiced by Dasha Polanco. Finally, we come to the movie's main antagonist, Lulu, a hairless guinea pig who gains flight and telekinesis, voiced by Kate McKinnon, whom was in Pixar's Finding Dory, the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot, Ballerina, aka Leap, Blue Sky's Ferdinand, along with The Magic School Bus Rides Again, The Bubble, and Barbie. In my opinion, I find Lulu to be equally as menacing as her former owner Lex Luthor, and she hates being called a hamster. Her evil plan in this movie, after getting superpowers from orange kryptonite, is kidnap the Justice League and then free Lex Luthor from jail. Unfortunately, after being betrayed by her former master, Lulu decides to murder Lex along with the Justice League in order to get back at him, and then take revenge on Krypto for taking her away from Lex by taking away his superpowers and try to kill him and all who stand in her way. After her defeat at the end of the movie, Lulu becomes Mercy Graves' pet. The rest of the cast include Mark Maron as Lex Luthor, Thomas Middleditch and Ben Schwartz as Keith and Mark, Olivia Wilde as Lois Lane, and Winona Bradshaw as Whiskers. And now on to my final words. Overall, DC League of Super Pets is a really fun movie. The animation is excellent, it has a decent story involving friendship, the action is hardcore, and it has clever, humorous moments. Also, while Krypto was a very overpossessive dog, I think he and the Super Pets are a very underrated superhero team. And in my eyes, this is a film that I highly recommend for not only DC fans, but also superhero fans. And if you happen to have kids, I'm sure they'll love it too. I give this movie a 92% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me on 9/11, where I look at Captain America's second solo film in the MCU, Mustang Power.
You really think you can defeat me? You really think you can set this world back to the way it used to be? Think again. I challenge you, Mustang Prince, to one final challenge, to end all challenges! Just try your luck and hit me with your best shot!